right after I've gone out of business, I get a call from my good friend Tucker, the guy who did the doors for me. He says, Malcolm, I've been working on an engine forever. I'd like to make you a deal. Do you come be my partner? Give me some money, and I put your name on it so we can get attention. I said, no, no, it's not mine. I'll give you my name, but it has to be our name together, Bricklin Turner. Okay. So what is this engine? This engine is very light, 6 pistons, move it away. You'll never believe in a million years. The thing that attracted me is I don't know anything about an engine. I couldn't take one. I wouldn't know where the first place is to take it apart. You can take this engine apart in 5 minutes and put it back together again with a screwdriver and a pair of pliers. Anybody could do it. I don't have to have a couple pictures, and we put it together to show everybody. And he had already built a 20 horsepower that was this big, and a 200 horsepower that was this big, and a 500 horsepower machined that only weighed 200 pounds. Machined, not a lightweight mechanic. Right? Had them built on dynos. They go to 18,000 RPM, and at 100 RPM, had 100 foot-pounds of torque. Got that? Quiet as could be, and it was bent. Take a hot dog and bend it. So the pistons, they call them going in and out, but actually just moved this way. And because it was different space as you went down the thing, it's the same thing as going in and out. You follow what I'm saying? Piston is going this, all 12 of them are going this way, but it's closer to here and farther away here because it's bent. Anyhow, they had them all. Amazing. Incredible gas miles, really quiet, clean as hell. All right, so now I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, get publicity. The Mechanics Illustrated comes in, and they put us on the cover. And in the article, get that one too, 1974, I think it was. And in fact, I can send you the cover. The article said, or waivers in the front, unbelievable, but we saw it all work. We let them shoot anything they wanted. They had the dynos, whatever they wanted to do, there it is. Very shortly thereafter, the first World's Automotive Congress was happening in Detroit by Automotive News. First one ever, okay? And by the way, I get years mixed up, but I think it was 74 for all these things. Crane was putting together speakers for it. The first speaker that opened the whole session, and by the way, it was at the Hyatt across from the Ford headquarters. I think it was the Hyatt. That's across from whatever that hotel across the street from the Ford headquarters. And the first speech was given by Henry Ford. The next day or so, I gave the next presentation, and the last presentation was John DeLorean. Interesting world, huh? So now I have the inventor. I have the front cover of Mechanics Illustrated. Remind me before we hang up to send you a copy of the cover. Now I got to figure out how to sell an engine. So I figure, well, Henry Ford's going to be at this thing. So I get a hold of him and I say, I want to have a meeting after I'm finished making my speech. No problem. Come across. We'll meet. So I take my second wife at the time, who is really gorgeous, blue-eyed blonde. We go up to see Henry on the 14th floor. Everybody's running around with gray suits and white gloves, and it's quiet. And it's like he's in his fiefdom with all his slaves running around. I mean, they're scared, kind of polite on the thing. And I come, now I had a film of all the engines and the guy, and that's what my presentation was about, this great motor. And cover of Mechanics Illustrated and him to answer any questions. And it was a big hit. Go across there with my wife. We sit there, and I say, after we do the bullshit and he's flirting with my wife, I take the 20 horsepower, this is this big, and I hand it to him. I said, Henry, here's the deal. Here's all the things that the film and Mechanics Illustrated said. We have them. You don't have to have them. Anything you want to see, we have. I am willing to give you this engine. With this engine, you can own the car business. He said, no, I couldn't own the car business. I said, why not? He said, I don't have enough money. I said, Henry, you lend me your name for a day and a half, I'll get you all the money you want. He laughs. I said, I'll give you the engine. Your commitment is you will put it in a vehicle. in a way that you would put it in so that you can actually show that it could be manufactured in that vehicle. And I give you 5 years to do whatever you want with that engine. At the end of 5 years, we split 50-50. You don't have to give me a penny up front. I got the prototypes you can start using. Wow. How can you miss with that? Okay. Sending my engineer down to meet you in Graham, Texas. He comes back with a good report. We have a deal. Da, 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 da. I made a deal with Henry Ford. Da, da. I've done my job. That's all I could do, right? I fly into Graham, Texas. The head engineer's there. Mr. Bricklin, can I see you for a minute? Yeah. I wanted to tell you I'm here to invalidate your project. I think about invalidate. Why would he? And then I say, what the hell is wrong with me? Let's see what I just asked this man to do. Take your billions and billions and billions of dollars that you have in tooling and engineering and design, throw them all away, because now you got to build a different kind of vehicle for a motor this small. And it's a totally different game. Everything has to be different. And then invest that amount of money again for this motor. Why would anybody in their right mind do that? In fact, I wonder if the board would let him do it without firing him. And then I said, I wonder if I would do it if I were him. The answer was I wouldn't. Who the hell gives a shit that you'd have something better if you have to get rid of everything you got? That's crazy. That's why innovation does not happen.
This has been Jeff Stearns, Connected Through Cars.